hello, and welcome to my van. So I'll pop on and see how you're doing, making sure that everyone's making the most of this freezing cold but very bracing, lovely days. I could do, if winter was this, then this every day, I'd take it. The nice crisp mornings, I don't mind the cold, but the no rain and no mud, I've seen enough of that from Scotland to last me a lifetime, or at least to last me till the end of this year. So I could do without anymore, but it's been beautiful these past few days. I've been in Norwich. I've been down doing some more training and some more assessments down there. Hopefully you'll find out about them in the next video. That's not a teaser. That's just me getting tripped over my timeline all the time, and it confuses my little simple menopausal brain for what to do and when. But you get that come down. I've mentioned this before after festivals and van meets and seeing bunches of friends and stuff. And there's always this little come down afterwards. And I think that's the kind of thing with Scotland, because I think we expected so much more. I know I expected so much more from up there. I expected a lot more snow rather than, snow, for like 3 days and then nothing. Which I know I chose to kind of stay away from the snow a little bit more, because that driving was, it's not that I wasn't comfortable doing it. The van's perfectly capable. It held its own. We've got all of the gear that we need and all of the spares and things if we were to get stuck. And I say we, as long as John's with me, I've got everything I need. I've got a John, so that's okay. But I think even with that, it was beautiful. And I love the lock drive we did down from Inverness to Fort William. That was beautiful, and I want to do that again. And it'd be so nice to do it when it's not stormy and there's not trees blocking your way, and you can go the routes you want to go, and you can get out of the van a little bit more. So as much as it was beautiful and I loved it, there was obviously lots of bits that weren't quite right. Falling off the bike not included, I've recovered. So I've still got little bruises that keep coming up from probably all the little divots in rocks and things that are just coming out and stuff. So it's all right. I survived. I bounced well. One of the moments where I'm happy about my menopausal weight. I think I had a lovely little squishy suit to wear to make sure I bounced a little bit when I hit the floor. But well, yeah, so it's onwards and seeing what we're going to do for the rest of the year now. I mean, I've got to focus a lot on the end of tax season, because it is very taxing. I mean, there's got to be a phrase in there somewhere. There's got to be a reason why you use that, because it is it's very, very intense. Everybody finds it intense. If you've got to send a tax return, it's intense for anybody that has to do it all. So it's a fab time to do, but it is it's curtailing planning for things a little bit, because I want to focus properly. John, and he's got ants in his pants, he wants to get going and he wants to do some other things. So we've had this agreement that if this thing's stopping me from going because of work and other things, then of course he can go, and I'll meet him somewhere if I do get a chance to go abroad, or see him later or whatever. So that's always the thing that we have. One of the reasons for the 2 vans was because it started to get to the point where we both wanted to do different things with our times when we travelled. John really hates little villages and stuff. I mean, how can a person hate going and drinking beer in tapas bars? I don't know. But he likes adventure rather than people-y. So, it is what it is. So, hopefully if we do get to go anywhere, even if it's down to, I was thinking Cornwall might be a thing. Obviously Ireland's on the list, back up in Scotland again in June. There's lots of little things going on in between, and squeezing in some quality family time where we can, which has obviously got to be done, because we wouldn't have it any other way. It's like you've got to fill your boots with family, and then it's okay for you to go away for a bit and then come back again and you do the same again. So it's trying to figure out how to be the person you want to be without it feeling like people pleasing, because that's somewhere I fall into all the time. So I'll have people turn around and say, "Man, come over and see me here," or "Come and do this, come and do this." FOMO is massive. FOMO is a thing. It really is huge. I want to do everything, or at the very least I want to be invited to everything. It's always nice, isn't it, to get the little invite and stuff if you get the chance to. But there's just not enough time, and we've got to choose. And I've also got to make sure that I realise I am not making myself uncomfortable. I'm not spiking my anxiety. I'm not burning myself out because I've got so many lovely invites, or I've got too many things I want to do, and there's just no way that I can cope and do all of these things. And what that makes me like is I get grouchy, I get headachy, I find it difficult concentrating. I just want to lock myself in the van and stay away. So most of the time, that's why we tend to not plan things, because it's like, I'm feeling great now, should we go do this? And then we just go and do it. So I think for that kind of thing, it makes you make sure you're in a position to, or at least it makes us feel like we're in a position to make a good choice and to go and do something. Because, you know, when you're trying to make a choice and you don't feel it, you know, and sometimes you're thinking, why do I even bother doing this? It didn't feel right when I was doing it. It felt like I was pushing. What's the point? So it's a lot of trying to deal with that as well, I think, and make sure that you're in a good place for whatever you're going to do next. So it is all exciting. What I love seeing is everyone's plans. You see them all over like Facebook and Instagram. What people are doing. I know there's people that have had plans and they've had to change them. I'm a firm believer in signs and jinxing and things, which is a lot of the time why all of a sudden I'll be like, hey, I did this, but I really didn't. I've been doing it for ages. But until it's done, I don't want to say anything, because I am a terrible believer that if I say something, I'll put my foot in it. And it all, it's always been there, but it all stemmed from a point where we were going on holiday. So we were going to Texas to see some friends in Texas. So it was me, John, and our daughter Jem years ago. And as we were driving in the taxi past Manchester Airport on the Ring Road, I pointed at the Radisson SAS hotel and I said, it'd be lovely to stay in there one time, you know. And they went, oh yeah. And I'm like, yeah, it looks brilliant. I mean, how cool is that to stay in the hotel the night before your flight? It's like your holiday starts a day earlier. It's brilliant. We get in, check in, do all of this. And there was a problem with the plane. I believe it was missing the left phalange, but, you know, everyone disses me on that one. But there was something that broke on the plane and they needed to get a part and they couldn't get it. So they cancelled that flight and just said, right, we'll have to get you on the same flight so you won't get the thing the next day. Handed out all of these bits of paper and we were all given a room at the Radisson SAS. And as we've got these bits of paper, John and Jem are just like looking at me from this paper. I'm like, hey, I didn't do it. You know, I didn't cause that. It was what it was, but I've never lived it down. Never lived it down. Every time it's something like that, they both go, oh, like what? Like a stay in the Radisson SAS? And I'm like, shush. So, yeah, firm believer in not jinxing things. So we have got some things coming up. As soon as we know for sure, I will let you know. As you know, I always do. And we've got a couple of things exciting. I mean, apart from MOTs, you know, we've got MOTs coming up, which is always exciting and slightly nerve-wracking. We've given the vans bits of once-overs, and they do look like they're fine. But we'll go back and take them. We've taken them to the same place we got them done last time. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So hopefully that will come up Monday, and then we should hopefully know something about future plans then as well, because we'll get the chance to sit and actually organise and do something good with it. But it is so exciting to get to plan again and try and figure out what we're going to do for this year. I think it's nice, even if it's loose plans, a plan. I think I've said this before. I like having an idea ahead of what I'm going to do, and even if that changes, it's not so bad, but the idea of it gives me something to look forward to and something to plan for a little bit. So, and it also gives me time to plan in between it, so it's like, well, if I'm doing that, then I can go there and do this. So it does help a little bit, apart from Mr. fly by the seat of your pants and he's just like, by the way, we're going to America tomorrow, and my brain just goes poof. So we're not going to America, by the way. That's years off for taking the vans anyway. But yeah, so I hope you're all well, and I hope you don't mind another waffle. I know you've already said I've had some lovely comments on these waffly videos, and I do like them. I do like knowing that people just leave me on in the background. It's like you've got a friend chattering away. And unfortunately, as lots of my friends know, this is standard. This is not specially for camera. This is Mandy chatting and how it happens. Although, obviously, when I'm with people, I do give them a chance to actually speak as well. So yeah, so let me know what you've got planned. I would love to know what you've got planned and when, and if you're excited about it, what you'd like to do but you're not sure about doing. Anything you might want to ask me about anything, about all the travels we've done before, or anything that you might think that I might be able to help you with. Just pop them in the comments below and let me know. and I will answer and get back to you. And obviously everybody else can read them as well. I love the fact that people comment on other people's comments when we're in there as well, so I'll get chatting. And yeah, let's see what everybody else has got planned for this year, because it's going to be a good one. It will be. It can't not be now. So if you've not already subscribed, I never say this in person, I do this as voiceovers, but if you've not already subscribed and you like my channel, then it would be lovely if you hit that subscribe button. As sometimes my videos will go out at different times, if you hit the little notification bell as well, you will eventually get a notification that my video is out and you can come watch it whenever you're ready. So that would be absolutely wonderful if you don't mind. And obviously it is free, it doesn't cost you anything, but it means the world. So take care everybody, I hope everybody is well, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye.